Guys, according to you, do you think Jonathan will succeed in executing his plans against this young man who has given life to Clara called Hanks? What do you think? Because the way I see things, to me, I think Hanks is more wiser than the so-called Jonathan. You know, when you give yourself an advice, it's easy for you to make a decision which is right, but when you get advice from people who don't even who cannot even help you, you always make mistakes. But welcome to my channel. It's African Movie Reviews. My name is Irene. So guys, we are at the serie called When Marriage Becomes a Nightmare, or call it Most Scary Marriage, showing at Mr. Aloy channel. Go and watch this series. We are at the episode 14. So if you missed 14, go and watch it because we'll get in more and more interested and to watch, and you will get more and more lessons from this series. So as we all know that Jonathan pleaded to Clara to go and ask Hanks about him giving him a job, and Clara did not disobey, my dear. As a good wife, Clara came to Jonathan and requested Jonathan to help give her husband a job, because he is a man. She was tired of house, the way Jonathan is living in the house, the way he's nagging has become even worse than the way he knows him. And she was like, please, even if you don't have a job, any vacancy here, at least recommend him to another person, your friends. I know you can do this for me. I know I've asked you for much, but please. And you know, sometimes they say that it's not easy people like Clara to be found, whereby a man has given you shaggy in any way and you still claim that he is my man. So many girls these days, this Gen Z generation, they don't suffocate in marriage, they just run away. Jonathan is like, please, are you really serious? Do you really think that this man has changed? Do you really think that this man can work with me? And Clara is like, please, just do it for me. If it's the only last thing you can do for me, at least would have helped me. You know, he's a man. He has to get at least to have something to cater for his family as a man. So it wasn't easy for Jonathan, for Hanks. I can understand, because to me, even me, if it was me, you already had some differences between the two people. One reason being it's the same. So this thing was like a difficult thing for Hanks to make, a difficult decision for Hanks to make, if you see his reaction or his body language. But because it's Clara, he could not deny or resist her pride. That's why maybe he had to think twice. But as we all know, that sometimes the people we plead for, we think that they have changed. It's not easy for them to change. Yes, Clara might have think that Jonathan can change, but I don't think that Jonathan will change. If it was a good idea, if I was Clara, maybe I would have asked for some money for him to start another business, maybe, but not to tell him to come and work with Hanks. Clara, how are you sure that Jonathan has changed? Such people like Jonathan, they are not easy to change. Pride and ego is a thing you cannot just throw away. Trust me or no. So apart from that side, Hanks was so in thought, and he could not believe what Clara told her. Despite all the things Jonathan has done to her, Clara decided to stay strong and also still being nice and support her husband. So Jonathan is still perturbed with that statement. So her mother is asking him, why, when we go to to see the other estate. And Jonathan is like, please, that estate is not among my problem. And the mother is like, I'm your mother, what is the problem? And Hanks is like, why is she good even at all cost that this man has cost her? And the mother is like, who is it, Clara? I said, yes, you know that she came to my office asking for help from me, for me to give her husband a job. But I don't trust this man. I don't know why this woman still has her good heart over her husband after all what she did. So her mother is like, you know what? There are things we can change. If he really their husband, she is her wife, his wife. I'm sure she knows her, but she knows him better than you. So if she wants to work, maybe you should set a meeting between you and the man. You see, from that meeting you will decide whether he is ready to work or no. Yes, I agree with the mother, because some people, they can pretend that they want to work, yet they are not ready to do what is necessary. And this might be the same thing with Jonathan. Yeah, I don't blame Hanks to be so worried, as we all know that the two have been cats and dog all the way. I don't blame him, but still, as a good man, he has to listen to Clara. Whenever you love someone, or you feel that this person has to be in a good situation, you're always fighting so hard to see that you give the best for them. And this is the same thing. Everyone needs a mother like Hanks's mother. You know that Hanks's mother supports him, or he's always letting him to be and make his own decision. Maybe another mother would be crawling, shouting around. So Hanks calling Clara's phone, and Clara to speak to him, and Clara is in very deep thoughts. You know that there is some things you can do, but still you also don't believe that they will manifest, or they will be able to be put into action. You ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Is it the right thing decision I'm doing? So maybe this is what Clara was also thinking about. How can I put two men in the same roof? What if they kill themselves? You're having so much thoughts running into you. But as we all know, that life has its own beginning and its own end. We don't have to judge people based on their situation, or based on what they are going through. So many people are going through a lot, and this is why they sometimes make themselves to be like worldly, like Jonathan. Though Jonathan has pride and ego, but still we can understand that he is going through a lot of things that is hindering him to be the man he is. Clara picked her phone and called, and Hanks told him that Clara, according to what we spoke during the day, I am sure that I have made a decision. Maybe you send your husband to my office tomorrow 9 a.m. And Clara was like, is it true? Is it for real? And Hanks is like, yes, let him come. We have a man to talk, so that I can see if something can happen. So Clara came and gave the news to this man. She gave news to her husband about what Jonathan said. He came and said, you know what? I spoke to Hanks about it, and Hanks said you will meet at 9 in his office. And Hanks, Mr. Jonathan, he's like, really? Are you really sure? Oh, wow, this is the best news you have given me. Wow. Yes, we all need to support our men, but there are men you can support, but when you are also scared of their reaction or what they can do next, you don't believe yourself that this person has changed. You don't believe that this person can be what he is talking, but you are just supporting the man because it's what you have to do like a woman. I can understand Clara's fear. When you see Clara, the way she is talking to Jonathan, she has some fear in the decision she made. Though it's what she has to do to prove the man that, you know what, I don't really love you. So that's why even Jonathan was like, are you sure you talked to him? I thought that it was not going to be this so soon. I thought it's going to take long. And Clara was like, no, because I know you need this job. That's why I have to react very quickly. You see how Jonathan is very surprised. He didn't expect that Clara could speak to Hanks, and he didn't expect that Hanks would accept to work in his company. Very early in the morning, Mr. Jonathan dressed up very early in the morning. Even he refused to eat breakfast, claiming that he wants to be in the office in time. And Clara is like, my dear, the thing is at 9 a.m., not this early morning. You see, Jonathan said, wow, I want to be the first before he comes in. And Clara was scared. He said, this is not the usual person. Even calling me honey, huh? This has never been happening for us so long now. It has taken time before this thing happened. And this young girl is Benny is like, leave daddy. Mommy, don't get scared. But as you know, the instincts are always right. Though she has to support her man, but he feels something might happen, something might go wrong. And I don't blame Benny. For Benny, she wants to see her daddy and the family together. Her dad happy, having some job and taking care of them. That's what Benny wants. But the way I see things, to me, this might be a turnover or a backfire to Clara. Yes, I do. To my suspicion, and Mr. Jonathan is here, waiting, very easy, waiting in the office. Imagine you being the first before even the boss, and the boss is like, wow, you came very early. I didn't expect you to come early. And I was even surprised when the secretary said you were here. And Jonathan is like, yes, I had to come very early because, I'm the one who needs a job, not you. And he's like, good morning, sir. So Mr. Hanks is like, really? You called me, sir? It's like a surprise. And he's like, you wanted me to scale you, boss? And Hanks is like, why did you ask me a job from my company? With you and me, we have never crossed into good path. Even if I don't forget, it's 3 or 2 days back we fight over some issues. And how Jonathan's like, maybe just say I put my ego and pride aside so that I can go down, because what do you expect from a man who cannot take care of his family? Obviously he has to put his wings down and know what to move forward. And Mr. Hanks is like, okay, if that's what you want. And why is it that it's my company? He said, maybe you were the only connection I have before. Maybe this is the only connection I have for a job. Yes. But Mr. Hanks said, Jonathan, I do not think that. In his thoughts, he said, I don't think that you think that I'm very foolish, that I will let you destroy me. You are not a chameleon to change in just in a second. You think that I'm stupid, but no, I'm not stupid. But even the way Jonathan was talking is like, the body language was really telling it all that Jonathan has something hidden, because if someone is really changing and wants to be a good man, I don't think he could speak with ego like that. The smile alone is also fake, and it cannot be even understood at all. Yeah, if you see Jonathan's smile towards Hanks is really making. But though Jonathan was given a job, but do you think that Jonathan will win or will be able to execute his plans? Will Jonathan withdraw the plan? He will make it to what he wants. Tell me in the comment section, do you think that Hanks will be able to put the wings of Jonathan down? Because Jonathan was given a job, and Jonathan's like, thanks so much, boss, and for helping me and my family. Whereas we understand, because of your ego and not putting your wings down, maybe you would have understood why Hanks is in the life of Clara. But because of the ego, and Jonathan thinks that he is very wise, that he has defeated Hanks and he's going to execute his plan. But the way I see things, Jonathan might bite the finger which is going to feed him, and at the end of the day, he will wake up when time has gone over him, when he has lost even Clara, because the way things, Hanks is very keen about him. I know he will fall around to see that Jonathan does not succeed in his plans. So guys, go and watch this episode at Mr Aloy channel and tell me what do you think about this movie or this series, which is called When Marriage Becomes a Nightmare. It's beginning to become interesting and with so much lessons each and every day. If you miss an episode, you will have missed a month. Trust me. You have to watch the movie, the series, and tell me what do you think. I love you guys. I send greetings to you, all my subscribers, my viewers, and all my lovely commenters. God bless you. Bye bye.